question that we are going to do is valid palindrome if we can actually delete just one character. So there's one character, at most one character. If I could delete that, then the string actually becomes a palindrome. So in case of ABA, this is a palindrome, so we don't need to do anything. In case of ABCA, if we delete C, then it becomes a palindrome, right? So we basically have to figure out if we can delete just one character, and then the string actually becomes a palindrome. So that is what I have to do. So let's take an example of, let's take a bigger example. So if it is A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, B, and A. So if we actually delete this D, then this becomes a palindrome. So what we'll do is we'll actually have two pointers, and then we'll start comparing from the end and the start. So start A and A match, that is good. B and B match, that is good. C and D don't match, right? So what we'll do is we'll actually try to move either, we probably should have done a C and C. Okay, so C, and D. So what we'll do is we'll actually check if we exclude this C, then is the remaining palindrome? No, it is not, because this is CD. And then we'll do is we'll exclude this D and check if the remaining is palindrome. If the remaining is palindrome, then that means that it is a palindrome. So we'll have to check for drop the start one and then check if it is the remaining is palindrome, and then we have to drop the last one and check if it is the remaining is palindrome. And the order of complexity is order of n, because we are going through the entire length of this string. So that is what we are going to do. So for that, we actually need to have a function which will actually check if if it is a palindrome. We'll check if it is a palindrome, and from a start and an end. So we'll actually pass a start and an end, and then it will basically check if this is a palindrome or not. So we'll write that function first. So we'll say private static is palindrome, and we'll pass a string str, and we'll pass an integer start and integer end. We actually would not check for if the start is actually less than or bigger than, and if the values are actually not good, then we'll actually not check. And this is a boolean, sorry. So a boolean. Okay, so what we are going to do is we'll say while start is less than end, what we are going to do is we are going to check if str dot character at index of start is not equal to str dot character at index of end. If it is not equal to the index at end, at this point we return false. Okay. Otherwise, what we do is we say start plus plus and end minus minus. Okay. And in the end, what we are going to do is we are going to return true. Okay. So that is wonderful. That will actually be good. Okay, so that will check if a string from a start to end is that a palindrome or not. Then we'll actually need the main function, which is the private static boolean, and we will say that it is a valid palindrome when we are deleting just one character, right? So we'll say valid palindrome. Valid is palindrome, delete at most one character. Okay, so we pass a string in here called str. Okay, so that is good. So in this we'll say integer start is equal to 0 and integer end is equal to str dot length minus 1. Okay, then we are going to do the same thing which we did in the other one. We'll say start if it is start is less than end. What we are going to do is we will check if str dot character at index start is not equal to str dot character at end. So if they are not equal, then we'll not immediately say that it is not a palindrome. We have to check if we have to exclude the start one and we have to exclude the end one. So we'll say return, and we'll call this, no, we'll call actually this one. So we'll call this one. We'll return this, and we'll say str, comma, we have to exclude the start one. So we'll say start plus one and end, or this part. And in this case, we'll have start and we'll exclude the last one. Okay. So we'll do that, and then we'll say start plus plus and end minus minus. And in the end, we return true. Okay. So that is wonderful, and I think that should work. So we will check with our case ABA. So we'll check with this. So we'll say okay, and we'll say is palindrome delete at most one character, and we'll say ABA is there. We're not doing a tool over and stuff like that, so that is good. Is there a, oh yeah, semicolon. Okay, so now everything should be fine, and we'll run this and we'll say run. This should be true. And let's do the other one, which was ABCA. This should also be true, because we can delete C and still it'll be a palindrome. I think it is, it's done. Okay, so that is true. If we see ABCDA, that should return as false. And the order of complexity of this one is order of n. Yeah, so that is correct. That is finding is valid palindrome. Okay, thank you.